Heartland health officials have a reminder for people amid an illness outbreak as cases are reported in Illinois. Cyclospora, a parasite that causes stomach illness, is infecting people throughout contaminated produce, with more than 100 cases across multiple states. Those with the Illinois Department of Public Health are reminding people that cooking produce to at least 158 degrees kills the parasite. And washing fruits and vegetables under clean running water can also prevent illness. While most people recover within 1 to 2 weeks, some may need antibiotics. You can head to KFVS12.com to learn the symptoms to watch for.